I love how that turned out. It looks so good. It's got the and the whoosh. Oof. Okay, let me show you how it's done. Okay, so for composition regarding this shot, you need to have clouds going by to show the passing of time. And you want to set your camera up on a tripod and compose it in a way so you can see yourself in the foreground and plenty of the sky off in the background. I set the aperture on my lens to a high setting. I then switch over to manual focus, and I focus specifically on the mountains in the background to make sure they're nice and crisp. Even though you're going to be in the foreground, you'll still probably be in focus too because of the high aperture setting. And being in manual focus also prevents autofocus from hunting around as the light changes in the scene. For filming, I knew I wanted to change the flow of time 3 different times, and I needed a gesture for each of those. So I decided on a snap, putting my hand up flat, and then waving it in a circle. And I needed roughly 2 to 3 seconds between each of those gestures. So I hit record, acted out those motions, and then walked out of frame and let the camera continue to record for about 30 minutes. I chose 30 minutes because the clouds were moving pretty slow that day. But in general, the faster they're moving, the less time you need to record in order to convey the passing of time. The edit. I import my footage and do any color grading first. In this case, I've already done that. I locate the point I want my clip to start, then press play until I finish making the movements that I want on screen and make a cut. I move the playhead forward until I'm out of the frame and then remove that section. I slide the first clip up 1 track and then move the second clip over so it starts at the same time. With the top clip selected, I press play until I make the first gesture on screen. I then pause and press M to make a marker. Then I play again until I make the second gesture, pause, and press M again to make another marker. I then do the same thing for the third gesture. After that, I disable the top clip for now. With the playhead on the first marker, I right-click the bottom clip and select Real-Time Controls. Then click the black triangle and select Add Speed Point. I zoom out, go to the end of the clip, grab the upper right-hand corner, and drag it, making sure this number is changing, which tells me I'm speeding the clip up. Drag it almost all the way back to the second marker, but not quite. I place the playhead on the second marker, click the black triangle, and select Add Speed Point. Now I zoom in, click the triangle to the right of the speed point, and select Reset to 100%. I then put the playhead on the third marker, cut the bottom video at the playhead, and delete what's left. Now when I press play, the clip speeds up and slows down at the right times, but it does it instantaneously, and I want it to be a little bit gradual. So I right-click, select Real-Time Curve, then click the white dot of the speed point so it turns red, then select this icon with the curved line. This changes the transition from instant to gradual. I adjust the transition so it happens pretty fast. I then click the second speed point and repeat the process so the curve looks similar. Now we need to make the part of the video where it goes in reverse. So holding Option, I drag the bottom clip over to make a copy. I then right-click, select Change Clip Speed, and then click Reverse, Change, and Replace. And I slide the clip over so it's touching the last frame of the previous clip. Reversing the clip as I just did removes the previous speed points, and it also changes how much of the clip is currently showing on the timeline, and I need to fix that. First, I click the black triangle and select Reset Speed to 100%. I move the playhead over 5 to 10 frames after the marker. I add a new speed point, then right-click and select Real-Time Curve. I select the speed point so it turns red, then select the curve tool again. Nothing appears to happen yet, but it will once I adjust the speed of the clip. But first we need to reclaim the full length of the clip as a result from reversing it. So I grab the right edge down low and drag it all the way out to the right. I then move the playhead from the end towards the left until I'm no longer in the shot, and then delete what was to the right. Now I grab the end of the clip up high, which means we're going to speed it up again, and I slide it over to the left until it lines up with the end of the top clip. Now when I play these 2 bottom clips, you can see them speed up, then stop, and then go in reverse at the markers we made earlier, which is where I make the gestures in the top clip. Now it's time to make a mask for the top clip, so I re-enable it. Making sure it's selected and that the playhead is somewhere on the top clip, I select the Fusion page. Making sure Media in 1 is selected, I press Shift and Spacebar. This opens up this search window and I type Magic Mask and then click Add so it looks like this. I choose Better and then click the pencil with the plus sign and draw inside the shape of my body. As you can see, this masks out everything in the background, making it transparent. I press this button with the arrows pointing in both directions so it tracks the mask all the way through from beginning to end. Once that's finished, I go back to the edit page and see that I'm masked out over the top of the bottom clips. I can verify this by disabling the top clip. I disappear, but everything else stays the same. From a composition standpoint, I think I want me as the subject a little bit lower in the shot so that more of the sky is showing. And because I'm masked out, I can easily do that. So I lower my position using the y-axis in the transform section until I'm happy with it. Now I could stop here and it would look great, but since the sun is shining in the sky for my scene, I want to add some light rays for some extra sauce. So I add an adjustment clip above the other two clips. Then select the color page, go to Effects, search for Light Rays, and add it to the adjustment clip. I place the light source from the effect in the same place as the sun that's in my shot, which happens to be right behind my head. And then I just play with the settings until I like the final result. The light rays effect in Davinci Resolve is great, but it takes some experimenting to get the results to fit your scene. All my light ray settings here will likely be different for your shot if you even choose to add it, which is optional. But you're welcome to copy my settings here as a starting point and then adjust as needed. Overall, I like the atmosphere that it adds and how the rays interact with my movements. And I love how the final result turned out, especially knowing it was all done with a single take, some masking, and some speed ramping. It is so cool. And don't forget to add sound effects. They make all the difference. And if you like this, then you will definitely want to check out this attention-grabbing transition effect you can make in this video right here. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.